Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that quietly controls many of our life choices. Something most people don't even realize is happening. Your brain often confuses comfort with happiness, and this confusion can shape your career, your relationships, your routines, and even how you see yourself. Most people say they want to be happy, but when it's time to make decisions, they choose what feels familiar, predictable, and safe. The brain labels that feeling as happiness, even when deep down something feels missing. To understand why this happens, we need to understand one simple truth. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It is designed to keep you safe. From an evolutionary perspective, comfort equals survival. Familiar environments, familiar people, familiar habits, all of these send one clear message to the brain. You are not in danger. When the brain senses familiarity, the nervous system relaxes, stress hormones drop, the body feels calm, and that calmness feels good. But feeling calm is not the same as feeling fulfilled. Comfort is about reducing anxiety. Happiness is about creating meaning. The problem is your brain doesn't naturally chase meaning. Meaning often requires effort, uncertainty, and emotional risk. And the brain avoids uncertainty because uncertainty once meant danger. So instead of asking, does this make me grow? The brain asks, does this feel safe? This is why people stay in situations that don't truly satisfy them, jobs that drain them, relationships that feel empty, routines that make life feel repetitive. Not because they are weak, but because their brain is choosing familiarity over growth. Think about this question honestly. Have you ever stayed somewhere not because it made you happy, but because leaving felt scary? That's your brain confusing comfort with happiness. One of the most powerful psychological patterns is this. The brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar uncertainty. Even if a situation hurts emotionally, if it's predictable, the brain feels in control. And control feels safe. This is why toxic relationships can be so hard to leave. The pain is known. The patterns are familiar. The brain knows what to expect. Walking away means stepping into the unknown. And the unknown triggers fear. Comfort says, at least I know how this ends. Happiness asks, is this helping me become who I want to be? Another reason the brain confuses comfort with happiness is dopamine. Dopamine is often misunderstood as the pleasure chemical. But it's really the chemical of repetition and reward. When you repeat the same habits, routines, and behaviors, your brain releases small, predictable dopamine signals. That predictability feels satisfying. Same routine, same food, same scrolling, same conversations. Your brain loves efficiency. It doesn't want to work harder than necessary. Comfort requires less energy than growth. Happiness, on the other hand, often requires effort. It requires learning, vulnerability, emotional exposure, and sometimes failure. And the brain resists these things because effort means uncertainty. This is why change feels uncomfortable, even when you know it's good for you. Your brain says, why change something that's working? Your inner self says, but I feel stuck. Comfort keeps you stable. Growth makes you uncomfortable. Happiness lives closer to growth. Modern life makes this confusion even worse. Technology gives us constant access to comfort, instant entertainment, instant distraction, instant validation. You can avoid boredom, silence, and difficult emotions with a single tap. And the brain loves this. No threats, no discomfort, no emotional work. But over time, this creates emotional numbness. You're not unhappy, but you're not truly alive either. Many people describe this state as emptiness, boredom, or feeling disconnected from themselves. Days start to blur together. Nothing feels exciting, but nothing feels painful enough to change. Life feels flat. That's comfort without happiness. Happiness has depth. Comfort has surface. Another important point is identity. Comfort doesn't challenge who you think you are. Growth does. When you step outside your comfort zone, you're forced to question your beliefs, your habits, and your self-image. That can feel destabilizing, so the brain avoids it. This is why people often say, I'll change later. Later feels safer than now. But the longer you stay comfortable, the harder change becomes. Comfort zones shrink over time. What once felt safe eventually starts to feel limiting. And then even comfort begins to feel uncomfortable because you've outgrown it. This is often when people experience restlessness, anxiety, or sudden dissatisfaction. They think something is wrong with them, but usually it's not a problem. It's a signal that their life no longer matches who they're becoming. So how do you tell the difference between comfort and happiness? Ask yourself a few honest questions. Does this expand me, or does it just calm me? Do I feel alive here, or just less anxious? Am I choosing this because I want it, or because I'm afraid of the alternative? Happiness often comes with discomfort at first, nervous excitement, uncertainty, emotional exposure, but it also brings energy, meaning, and growth. Comfort feels easy in the short term, but costly in the long term. So what can you do? First, build awareness. Notice when you're choosing something simply because it's familiar. Awareness alone weakens the brain's automatic patterns. Second, practice small discomforts. You don't need to change your entire life overnight. Growth happens through small, intentional challenges. Speak up when you usually stay silent. Try something new. Say no when you usually say yes. Third, learn to tolerate uncertainty. The brain hates uncertainty, but uncertainty is where possibility lives. You don't need to eliminate fear. You need to move forward with it. Fourth, redefine happiness. Happiness is not constant comfort or pleasure. It's alignment. It's living in a way that feels honest to who you are becoming. Your brain will always try to pull you back to what feels safe. That's its job. But you are not your brain. You can listen to it without letting it decide everything for you. Before we end, remember this. Comfort can feel like peace, but it can also be a quiet prison. Happiness may feel uncomfortable at first, but it often leads to freedom. The question isn't, what feels safest right now? The real question is, what kind of life do I want to build? Thank you for listening. If this video made you reflect on your own comfort zones, consider sharing it with someone who might need this reminder. I'll see you in the next one.